Hey guys, it's Dan the Mushroom Man. Just wanted to remind you that if you donate to those Facebook stars, all those donations will go to Fungi and Friends school program at Great River Mushrooms and Herbal. And that school program is where we bring hands-on skills into the classroom to children and teach them about the fungi kingdom and the knowledge to grow those mushrooms. Again, learn more at the website greatrivermushrooms.com, folks. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Dan the Mushroom Man. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Saturday. It is already April 13th. Can't believe this year's flying by. And I got a little time today to get in the mushroom into my lab. I'm sorry. I need more sleep this week. It's been a long week, but I actually have to make some products for some customers. So I had some people order some mushroom bags. So I do have to get down there and make those. And I hope everybody's having a great day. Hit that like, share, reaction button. I just need to tag a few more people and take my new capsules that I have on my website as well. This is how I actually started my day all this week. Taking the rice sheet, turkey tail, lion's mane capsules all in one. And it has really, really helped a lot. I've noticed a ton more energy during my day. So it really, really is really helpful. So what's going on, everybody? Mike, how you doing? What's going on, Mike? Lisa, hope you're having a good day. Jess, thanks for joining me. Hey, Candace, how you doing? Thanks for the tags. Rose, you're having a great day. Shannon, Stephanie, thanks for all joining me. And these capsules are all still the same price as my other lion's mane capsules. They're still $13. They're on the Great River Mushrooms website. You just have to take a few more because they only have 166 milligrams of each mushroom. So the recommended dosage is 1,000. I noticed a difference with just 3 of them. So I've been taking 3 a day because they all kind of work together. So I usually start my day, take 3 of those. I noticed that my energy level, it does not crash anymore. So I used to have, get fatigued during the day. This happens when you get older, but I've noticed absolutely no fatigue with this product that I have. So it's really giving me the energy I need. So. And the fact that I quit, I'm smoking a lot less flower. I still haven't quit completely. I have been using these Brooklyn Boys pens, and they're really, really helpful. They're all indica based, so they're not giving me anxiety or anything like that. I still am experimenting with flower. It's still giving me panic attacks. So flower just may be something I just have to stay away from for a while now. Even 3 weeks after I quit drinking coffee, which I think is the initial reaction of what started this all, my body just went to shock. Cannabis flower has just changed. It's changed, and I began to understand a lot more about myself, my body, as I've quit smoking marijuana. I'm sorry, as I've quit smoking flower. I have not quit smoking marijuana, but flower part. Hey, Janet, how you doing? And it seems to be doing something different in my brain. So the indica is definitely better for my bipolar. I notice that I'm a lot less frustrated. People with bipolar tend to have, anger sometimes during the day that comes out of nowhere. That's definitely gone away. So I feel like the cannabis may have been causing a bad reaction, especially the flower sativa kind. So I'm really glad that I figured that out. And these, like I said, the vape pens from the Brooklyn Boys, they hit just right. I could smoke on them all day. They don't get you like blasted high like, say flower does, which I always prefer flower because, it always does get you higher. But man, they hit you just right and you set your mood and your energy level, and I really like them. I needed to tag a few more people out. Give me one more second. And hit that like, share, reaction button as well. And we do have a giveaway. Let me actually start that on here. We're going to let's give away another one of these mixed capsules. Let me get that up there. And we'll do Great River Mushroom Mix. And there we go. But we'll give away another bottle of that. Like I said, this stuff is excellent. I would not lie to you that this stuff really works. $13 for 60 capsules, folks. They can literally change your life. And I'm not shitting you. And I'll give you your money back if it doesn't work for you. I am perfectly fine with that. And if people don't know that, I have a great River Mushrooms and Herbal guarantee. You ever buy anything from me and it doesn't work for you, I will give you your money back. And I won't even ask for the product back. So that's how much I believe, in these products that I make. So it's really about getting it in the right person's, in the hands of somebody who can really benefit from it, and realizing that, hey, there is natural medicine out there that can really help my life. What's going on, Sir Steve-O? I've never heard of the Himalayan resin. I'm not. Have I tried the Mac oil? So are you just talking about the Brooklyn Boys? I have not, but I probably will order that. What's going on, Christina? Hope you're having a great day. Yeah, Shannon, and that's true. And I learned a lot from Alex Jordan too. He seems that he knows a lot about how the terpenes affect mental illness too. And I know Steve-O has a show on Thursdays too, talks about terpenes. But Alex, he really he started making me more familiar with what terpenes do to bipolar, and made me more aware that maybe I need to change what I smoke, or just not smoke at all. These vape pens, they really do help you smoke less. I tend to find that the flower, when you smoke flower, it's more of an addiction to the actual smoking part too. So getting over the sensation of actually smoking has been harder for me than actually quitting the flower, because it's more of a habit when you do it for so long of your life. Like waking up, lighting this bowl. It's very habitual, and it becomes a habit in our brain. I found that is the hardest part to get over. So, what's up, Joey? How you doing? But we're going to give away a bottle of that Lion's Mane mix. I've already given away 3, and I've had a lot of people more interested. I have not been to a farmer's market yet this year, or in the last month, with my new products, because I've been so busy. And I've actually updated my farmer's market stand. I'll have to show you that as well. I got a new table, and I have a new setup. I hope it's a lot more efficient at helping me sell products, because a lot of the issues that I deal with at the farmer's market is educating people. And once I educate people on what they're buying from me, they usually buy it. So, if you go to a vegetable stand where you're buying like tomatoes or, cucumbers, you know what you're getting. But when you come to my stand, it's kind of, people don't know what lion's mane is. People don't know, what reishi is. People don't know what turkey tail is. So I have to educate them through signs that I post, through my pamphlets. And it really helps once you educate somebody that you can sell them a product. And I think that's really important to do as well. Appreciate it. What's going on, Paul? How you doing? You sneeze? No, I don't sneeze. And a weird thing about me sneezing is most of my life, I actually get nauseous about a minute before I sneeze. The sensation of sneezing never comes, and I'll actually get this nauseous feeling in my head, feeling like I slightly want to vomit, and then I sneeze, and then it goes away. And it's a really weird. I've actually asked my doctor about it, and she just says I'm strange. But I've never have figured that out, why I get nauseous, about 1 minute before I sneeze. But it's really weird. I've been that way my whole life too. Appreciate it. And I also had to get a new table, because when I'm in the middle of the summer and I'm running like 6-7 different mushrooms, I like a room. And now I have like 4 more products than I did last year. So I had to buy a special table, and I'm also getting t-shirts. There will be t-shirts soon available on my website. I will be giving them away in my live too. I am excited about that aspect, because I've been wanting to sell clothing like for a year now, and you obviously have to have money to invest in buying the clothing before you can have an inventory to sell. So, but let me get a few more tags in here. I keep saying I'm going to do that, and then I don't. Again, tag your friend in here if they don't know, they like mushroom hunting, or they don't know how mushrooms grow indoors. This is where the right podcast to be at, because today we're actually going to go into the mushroom lab, and I actually have changed something. I actually changed the plans in the future of my business. So I was going to build my my new lab in my basement. And after a little bit of thinking, I've decided that my lab is going to go on the first floor of my bedroom now. And that may seem not like a big deal, but it is to me, because now it allows me to build my lab sooner than later. Because the room downstairs had a lot of issues I had to deal with before I could build this lab. So my mushroom lab is now going to be in my bedroom, and I'm excited about that. I have to put in some new flooring, paint, and I think 2 new windows, and she's going to be ready to go. And so I'm hoping midsummer this new lab is up and running, and this is really going to change. This is going to change everything. It's going to be the biggest upgrade that I've made to Great River mushrooms, and I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited about the future of Great River mushrooms, and this summer, the opportunities that are coming my way. And if you didn't watch last week, I actually did a live. I was actually teaching a class in Macomb, Illinois. It went very well for being. I didn't plan it very much because I didn't have a lot of time last week. But my class I've already taught it 3 times, and I find it intriguing when people learn a lot of new stuff in that class, and I know you guys did as well. So I appreciate it if you join me or hit a like, reaction, share last week. It was a great class, and I met a lot of new people in a whole new area of the state. So that was really cool, really cool. And also, share a friend too if they want to get in that giveaway. I mean, it's all right if somebody wants to come in here just for the giveaway. I like getting this medicine in the hands of people who will really need it. And if you know somebody who really needs some energy, who's really lacking, just feels flat all day, I really think that mushroom therapy can be really, really beneficial. And I'm not talking about psychedelics. I'm talking about the mushrooms that I sell. These 3 mushrooms that I sell inside this bottle here. They've really made a difference in my life. Again, it's the reishi turkey tail lion's mane. And I've been reading more research that reishi, which I'll go to my website, because my website has all the information about each mushroom. I don't have all the information yet on the mixed capsule, but if you go to each individual capsule, you can kind of get an idea of what each mushroom does. So we're going to go to the reishi. So the reishi basically it boosts the immune system. One thing it does. There are studies that actually shows that it doesn't affect the white blood cells, and which are critical parts of your immune system. So that's really interesting. I think more studies are needed, but something that can actually increase your white blood cell that's actually all natural. That's pretty amazing. And again, it has anti-cancer properties, could reduce fatigue and depression 100%. That's not a could anymore. 100% reduces fatigue. That is the one thing I've noticed about the reishi mushroom. I don't have any fatigue anymore, and I can literally go all day and not have, as long as you eat your proper diet and everything, it really does help. It also has a heart health and blood sugar. A number of studies looking at people, both unhealthy levels of blood sugars and lipids, found that reishi mushrooms may help decrease blood sugar, increase good cholesterol, and decrease triglycerides, if I say that right. At least one older study in healthy adults showed a slight trend to lower lipid levels, but this was not drastically significant. Also, animal studies have suggested that certain compounds found in the reishi mushroom could decrease blood sugar. So there have also been a couple studies on that. Reishi mushrooms is also an antioxidant. It may cause minor side effects that have been linked to liver problems in some cases, so I always want people to be aware of that. But it is an antioxidant, and you need to be aware that it could have effects on your liver. It was a very small study, and I always make sure people are aware. It was not conclusive whether or not reishi causes liver damage, but there was a little bit of research there. So I always say ask your doctor if you do start any new, herbal medicine. And sometimes your doctor will say no, but a lot of times they may just be ignorant, not know anything about the mushroom. But my doctor is all on board for my all natural. I do see her. I actually saw her 2 weeks ago, and she didn't say anything bad about this particular stuff. I could. I can send you pamphlets too if anybody wants a large order of them. I actually have the updated ones because I constantly kind of update them and make them better and bigger, so to improve the information in it. So, but yeah, you do order from me quite a bit. I could just send you a few extra pamphlets. And I'm just tagging a few more people. I think I got. Got everybody need. All right. Beginning that giveaway too, we're going to give away that lion's mane turkey tail reishi mushroom mix. And let me hit some of this Brooklyn boys too. I keep talking about it, but here's everybody. Ordered once. Well, I can send them to you for free too. So if you ever order, I can throw in a bunch of pamphlets. I won't charge you for them, of course, or I can just ship them to you if you don't order. This is true. I actually am working on a new podcast, and I actually have an herbal doctor that I have made contact with, and he wants to be on my podcast. And I haven't talked to him for about 8 months. I haven't seen him for a while. Hopefully he's still interested, but I've been trying to figure out a subject for him to talk about. And he is actually a certified herbalist doctor that was hired in a near Carthage Memorial Hospital, I think is the name of the hospital, in Carthage, Illinois. And he found me at the farmer's market and gave me his card. So really interesting that there are doctors now that hospitals are hiring. They're basically holistic doctors, and their jobs are to basically help people in the hospital find alternative methods to something, maybe prescription, and also change their diet as well. So it's good that hospitals are now taking notice of holistic doctors and actually hiring them. But would love to get him on a podcast. I'm actually working on a new 3-part podcast, and I'll just show you the picture. If I can get it. There we go. And it's going to be probably this summer when I come out with it. It's going to be my story about how I used psychedelics to kind of heal my bipolar. And I obviously have talked about it a lot. In 2019, I was diagnosed with bipolar. It was probably one of the worst days of my life. And I've used magic mushrooms to kind of come back from it, and I really have come back significantly. So I'm gonna have a 3-part series on how I actually did it. I had a podcast I did 2 years ago of kind of how I did it, but I have not done it since. There are actually specific things that I do and how I use mushrooms that are different than the methods that other people may be using. So I just want to share that knowledge, and I'm hoping I get a doctor. I also have another person he's pretty well known actually nationwide. He is a professional athlete who actually believes that psychedelics are the future of medicine, not only for mental health, but for athletes. So he actually promotes the psychedelic use for athletes. And there are actually a lot of athletes that use it. I know there are NFL players that use magic mushrooms regularly. I know that there are hockey players as well that use magic mushrooms regularly. They can't test for it. So magic mushrooms cannot be tested or regulated in all these sports leagues. So there are definitely people who use them. And I'd love to get him on my show. I don't know how open he is to publicly talking about psychedelics, because obviously he is pretty well known in the nation. He actually has 1 million followers on his Instagram, And he really I actually did a job for him when I was owned my own construction company. I helped remodel his house that he lives in now. So I became friends with him, and he really opened up to me about how how he thought it was really cool what I was doing to use magic mushrooms to treat mental health. So that'll be a future episode. I think we're months away. I still have to get guests and actually go through my material, and I'm also still kind of in the healing process. We're always in the healing process when we that's part of life. That's how we actually keep our minds healthy, is to constantly heal. Cheers, everybody. We're going to go down in the lab for about 5 minutes. Oh, that sucks. Rose, these mushrooms may really help you. So I have issues. Mine are more anxiety-based, GERD. So they're not always there. They're actually more there when I have anxiety. So these mushrooms have really helped. Especially this mixed mushroom has really helped me deal with digestive issues. I also had my kidney pain has gone away, and I really don't know if that was more anxiety related. But my kidney test that I did last week came back fine. There's nothing wrong with my kidneys. But I have experienced kidney pain. Now, I have not experienced kidney pain since I started taking these. And I don't know what that means. Usually you feel that kidney pain is right below your ribs and your back. And it's usually when I eat something wrong. It's usually sugar, and I get like some serious kidney pain. So I really avoid sugar because it hurts my kidneys. And a lot of people get back pain. If you get back pain when you eat a certain food, especially right below your ribs, that could be your kidneys reacting to your food that it does not like. So always pay attention to your body. You get inflammation after you eat something, you're more than likely shouldn't be eating it. So I always pay attention. I'm like, if I eat a food and then all of a sudden, like my pain increases in my body, I feel like I got stiff, then I usually, research what that food is and try to avoid it. And a lot of it right now is just sugar. I avoid sugar like no other because every time I eat it, it's never good. How you doing, Rose? Yeah, and with the legalization happening in all these states, when I actually started taking psychedelics, I realized, because I'm in a lot of bipolar groups. I follow a lot of bipolar groups, and it's awful. It's sad. It's really hard to watch people go through that. It's a really dark illness. And when I actually became aware of actually how I developed bipolar, I knew that I had to share this knowledge of how to use mushrooms. You can't just take them and expect something to happen. Like I said, there are a lot of things that happen behind the scenes to help you, heal your brain. I always say that taking the mushrooms is only 33% of the experience. There's 66% of it outside of the psychedelic experience that really matters. And maybe by dumb luck, I got lucky. Like everything that happened when I found magic mushrooms, the dominoes could not have fallen any better than they did. And I got extremely lucky. Maybe the universe was looking out for me, but the way it all went down was really educational for me, and it really helped, me find out how to use these mushrooms that actually, heal yourself. How to do exactly what this book says. Again, I love this book. Get it on audiobooks, listen to it. You'll be hooked. And this is a great example of how to change your mind using psychedelics. Like he says in the book, it is possible to change who you are using psychedelics. Yeah, I never really did have much coffee withdrawal. Sometimes I think it's not as bad as people say. But my withdrawal was my body reacting to it. I didn't really have withdrawals to it, but hopefully everything gets better for you, Rose. Just one component of healing. What's up, Ohio 420? Gabe, how you doing? Jeremy, how you doing as well? What's going on, Lynn? Matt, how you doing? Hopefully you're having a good day. Well, I'm not sure if that works with magic mushrooms, if there is a tolerance. Now I have a friend who actually used mushrooms a little too much, and she took large doses and nothing would happen to her anymore. I think there is a point where you have to back off, and I don't use the mushrooms that much anymore. I have found a groove in life that I don't need them, and I will eventually use them again now that I think I truly believe that my most profound psychedelic experience is still in my future. I just don't use them that often. I use them more for insight into my subconscious. Help you have a lot of aha moments, as I call them, when you realize, when you come to the realization that something is true in your mind. But the thing you do magic mushrooms, and it confirms that about why you're the way you are, or, maybe your relationship with your mother, or there's a lot of things that our subconscious hides, and that's usually what I use the mushroom for. Appreciate it, Lynn. Appreciate you coming in here. And Michael Pollan is actually an interesting guy. And one of the weirdest things that happens is when I am on mushrooms and I see a picture of Michael Pollan, he turns into me. And I don't know if there's a picture of him in here, but Michael Pollan, I'm going to look like Michael Pollan at the age of 65. He looks kind of like me, and it's really bizarre. The first time it happened when I was watching TV on mushrooms, and all of a sudden his face turned into mine. My brain thought he was me, and it made my face appear on him, and it happens every time now. So I don't try to watch his videos while I'm on mushrooms. But even my brain gets confused, and that was one of the one times I found it really intriguing how our brains operate. If they want you to see something, they'll make you see it, and that's kind of how delusions happen in our life. And how people go crazy, it can happen. But during a psychedelic trip, it's pretty normal. But I wish I could write Michael Pollan someday. Maybe I'll meet him and be like, "Man, do you realize when I do mushrooms, you turn into me, and it's really weird." And I guarantee he'll probably think that I look like him too, because I'll look up a picture of Michael Pollan, and he's 25 years older than me. You have to understand that, but he does kind of look like me. That is on. Hi everyone, what's going on, Becca? Yeah, it's hard. One of the hardest things as we get older is to make adjustments and change, and we have to let go of things. And it's hard. It really is. That was on Amazon, has the Fantastic Fungi. Netflix has the How to Change Your Mind. Now they have a 3-part series that's based on this book called How to Change Your Mind. The book has tons more information. The movie kind of went through it fast. So the TV series is only 3 or 4 hours. If you listen to this whole book, it's actually 16 hours. So that's the difference of information. So they basically only went through about 30% of what the book has. The Fantastic Fungi is actually a documentary that I've actually based my mushroom class off of. There's actually a ton of information in that show that I talked about at my mushroom class last week. And it talks about how the land interacts with each other through the fungi kingdom, and it actually sends electrical signals. So a tree actually knows if its kin is next to him, and knows if its child's next to it, and it uses electrical impulses to communicate to it. And it also sends nutrients through the mycelium network, and I know they talk about that a lot on the documentary. But I mean, even the underground is connected, and I think that's very fascinating. That our understanding of what is intelligent is not what we think it is, because we can't communicate with a tree, but a tree shows that it can actually communicate with another tree. That is, a sign of intelligence. And I don't think we give a tree enough intelligence, because we don't understand how it communicates and its level of intelligence. So the fact that it can know whether or not its child's next to it, whether to send nutrients to it, and then uses impulses through the mycelium network is awesome. It's magic. And maybe if when we die someday, maybe that's where we are reincarnated through. If we go into the mycelium network, I can only hope. But it would make total sense in theory, because our brain uses electrical impulses in our brain. That's how we form consciousness. So what if our electrical pulses just went into the mycelium network and we became part of it? But it is interesting that it uses the same method to communicate, and we do the same in our brain. We share 40% of our DNA with mushrooms. I could go on and on about how mushrooms are basically our brother, our sibling. So much relation to it. All right, I think my coffee's done, almost, and then we're gonna go down in the lab too. By the way, we do have fecal oil available. I sold out already. I had 10 tubes, and they sold out in like 24 hours. I will have more on Tuesday, I'd say. I get my syringes on Monday, and I'm making a huge batch tomorrow, so I will doing a live tomorrow, live in the kitchen making FICO, but we're going to be doing a huge batch. And I'm going to build a new thing later on this afternoon. It's a press. So I'm having issues trying to press all of the Everclear out of the cannabis. So I'm going to buy a 12-ton press. I'm going to make a stand out of some wood, and I have a special container that I actually can press down and then squeeze out. It's a juicer. And I'm going to be able to squeeze all of that out, and I'm really kind of excited about that. Building that. That provides so much for us, you're right. Mushrooms. Well, I'm here today, Rose. I'm here today. You can also distill water just from leaving it out too. So I sometimes do that for my plants, my cannabis plants. If you just fill a bucket up with water, let it sit out for a few days, it kind of distills itself. If you put it in the sun, it make it faster. Yeah, the FICO is great. It's very affordable too. Now I know it's $26 for 1 gram on the website. You can compare that to any place you buy. I try to make the price affordable. Also, if you are a veteran, senior, or a cancer patient, you get 20% off. So if you want to message me, I will give you the 20% code. And then I think you can get it for like $19 a tube. And so always remember that, the 20% off for veterans, cancer patients, or senior citizens. Awesome, Star. Cancer survivor too. That includes you, Rose. So you would get 20% off. I should say cancer survivor too. Right? Cancer survivor or somebody who is in cancer. And if you but this stuff is really good. This is strong stuff. I make sure that there's no ever alcohol left in it. I know there are other people out there who claim they have FICO, and I know some people have messaged me thinking it was my FICO and end up being somebody else's, and that it tasted like alcohol. So always be aware of the difference. FICO has no alcohol in it. If you're going to buy something like a tincture, then the person should say it's a tincture and not send you what you thought was FICO and then have it taste like alcohol. Now, it might never taste like alcohol. It may usually, it never has actually. So I shouldn't say it does. But if it ever does, I give you, a free tube. But I do a few tests to make sure the Everclear is out. You can take a dip, put it into the Everclear, and then light your toothpick. If the toothpick lights on fire or the fecal lights on fire, there's more than likely still alcohol in it. If it does not stay lit, it's usually a sign that all the alcohol is burned off. But I don't like putting alcohol in it. I don't like leaving alcohol tincture because I don't think that it's beneficial to do that. You're really going after the full plant extract. You don't want the Everclear in there. So. Again, hit that hashtag, guys. I'm still giving away that Great River Mushrooms mix. And I keep saying I'm going to go downstairs, and I'm going to do it now. I think you got enough battery on the laptop. All right, let's go down in the lab now. I think everything we need is down there. Again, our mushroom fruiting tent is filling up again. I'm really excited. I just got contacted by the vendor, another market who buys my mushrooms, and she buys like 50 to 80 pounds a month. So she is a huge customer of mine, and she wants mushrooms by April 28th. So I got to start growing again. But we just put a whole bunch of lion's mane in here. The light is off right now. Can't see it. I don't know why the light is off. That's because the power went out 3 times this week and set my timers all off. There we go. So we got, well, let me bring myself up bigger. We just put a whole bunch of lion's mane bag in here. That's Theragon, lion's mane. We got 3 lion's manes up here. And then we got some, I think that's golden oyster growing. Our fogging machine messed up again, so I wasn't getting true fog in here until 2 days ago. Welcome to mushroom growing, where shit constantly goes wrong. But apparently my filter had gotten so fogged up that my fan was not drawing any air in. And so my air filter was working great, but it was so fogged up that the air, wasn't going through the fan, and so I wasn't getting any pull or push to spread the fog around. Once I've noticed that, I disconnected it and we changed the filter, but I'm gonna have to buy some more. But yeah, the carbon filters eventually, fill up so much shit that you can't even, suck anything through, or blow air through, I guess you could say. All right, let's get into the lab now. We got a few new devices in here I'm really excited about. We got some new things I'm working on. Will be working on. So let me get you all set up here. This is your first time watching me. This is my mushroom lab. I only come in here after taking a shower. So I basically took a shower right before I started the show because I got to be very clean to come in here. It smells very clean. You can literally smell it in here. It just smells clean, and I always keep it clean. It's pretty spotless. So I think everything we need in here is today. Let's turn all the lights on. And our most handiest friend right here is the 96% alcohol. So let me put you up here where you can see me a little better. That's better. So we got the 70% alcohol. This is my best friend in here. And also we got some Germ-X. So I'm the biggest spreader of germs. You are the biggest spreader of germs. Humans have so much germs on them. So when I come in here, I have to be clean myself because I am the biggest carrier of anything that comes in here. It's just the way we are. You can take a shower all day, but you still got bacteria on it. It's just part of being a human. So we're going to get the second device going if I can figure out where I put it. And let me add that second device here. I'm going to email it to myself. And it makes it easy to add your phone if you just email it to yourself, StreamYard app. And I'll get the second device in here so you can see a second camera because it's really helpful. But I hope everybody's having a great day. Hey Donna, how you doing? Awesome. Appreciate you guys all joining me. Oh, now we're here. This will be the lab camera. Popped it in. And that's what we're gonna have to deal with is the echo. Just gotta make sure the echo's gone. Still hear it a little bit. Gotta change that. I think it's still echo. That made it worse. That made it better? Yep, we got rid of it. There's always a way to get rid of the echo. There we go. Now we got a view right on my table here. And we got to hook up back our equipment up because we took a lot of this stuff to the mushroom class last week. Took a lot of my equipment out. So we got to clean it as we bring it back in. Of course, we're going to get our gloves on, get our lab coat on. So we have all of our stuff out here in this container that we took last week. I've taken a lot of it back in, taken a lot of it. And we also have a new device that we're bringing in here, so I got to make room for that. I think we'll do that right now. So we have this thing right here. And this is going to be something that I kind of do some experiments in. This is actually a chamber. It's closed off, and it's kind of an old school, as we call it. I can't remember exactly what the name is, but it's an autoclave kind of system where you kind of work in a sterile environment, and it makes it a lot easier. So what we're going to do is make a little. We're going to move all this stuff on this table here so we can make some room for it. So these are all our genetics. We have all of our other lion's mane. That golden oyster mycelium, it's beautiful. We got some pink oyster, nice and pink. We got some tarragon oyster, interesting mushroom, lion's mane. We also have some psychedelic species in here. I haven't grown them for a while, but they're in a petri dish. One of them is right there. That's the Burma strain. So we're going to move all these dishes and put this thing over here to make room for it. We're just gonna spray everything off, usually with that 70% alcohol. We're gonna let it sit for a minute. Again, I use 70% alcohol because it allows the water to sit on there longer and evaporate not as quickly. So you want the water, the alcohol to sit on the surface, kill all the germs, and we're gonna wipe it off. And it's okay if you don't even have to wipe it off because alcohol will eventually evaporate. So now we have room for our tape bar box here. Now we're going to clean the outside of that thing because it's been everywhere with me the last 2 weeks and it's probably got germs all over it. Just clean it off with that alcohol. And again, I have some plans of this. Eventually, like I said, when I update my lab upstairs, I'm going to have a few of these in my lab. Well, I really like to use them because they allow me to stick my hands in there. We can remove our hands and then seal off the environment and have a closed off environment to do certain things in, grow certain species of mushrooms or do some kind of experiment in that I've been doing. And I've been trying to mess with this stuff like I've told other people. These are the antibiotics that the mushrooms make, and I've been seeing if there are certain species of bugs that do not like it. And I've done some experiments in the past with it. And this thing that this shiitake makes seems to be something like a neurotoxin to some bugs. So it paralyzed a bug, and then the bug came back to life like 15 minutes later. So the reason I've been experimenting with this is because maybe there is a future product in here that can be used as a bug repellent for certain kind of bugs. So an ant did not have any reaction to it, but the pill bug did. So more experiments are needed. I would like to see if it has does other similar effects to other bugs. Again, these are the enzymes that the mushrooms make inside the bag. They're usually used to fight off contaminations, but they may also do other things. They're just, science is kind of catching up with what it is. So again, here's some beautiful oyster species. I gotta move that light behind here. So you can see it there. See that feathery stuff here? Those are the filaments of the pink oyster. The beautiful mushroom. But even the mycelium's pink and it's really, really hairy, really thick mycelium. So we got the blue oyster, elm oyster. We kind of keep all of our inventory in here. And this, if we keep them in a petri dish, you kind of never lose it. So once you buy a mushroom from somebody else or from the market, keep it in a petri dish. You kind of have it in your inventory forever. So we have lots of blue oyster petri dishes. We got some lion's mane that just dropped. And the lion's mane actually grows mushrooms in there. So you can see it growing a mushroom. See that blob in there is growing a lion's mane mushroom, which it typically does in the petri dish. It's not a big deal. Got some penis envy. It looks like it's dead though. Wasn't that strong of a penis envy. Was not impressed. I got some golden teachers. But the Burma strain is really where I have it. Here's a Jedi Mindfuck mycelium, which is a psychedelic mushroom. We also have a perfect spore print in there. So it grew a mushroom and then it dropped a spore. So we have spores in there that we can use. That's the Jedi Mindfuck. But a lot of them do grow mushrooms. It's really weird. Oop, hit my other camera. Needed to throw that petri dish away. It looks contaminated. Sometimes it happens. We get a contamination that all of a sudden hits. Golden teachers, what's going on? And we got Jedi Mind, Burmas. A whole bunch of Burmas with mushrooms in them because they just grow mushrooms. A little bit here now that we've added this piece of equipment. We also got some golden oysters. It's actually growing mushrooms too. Super aggressive golden oyster. Tarragon oyster, really thick mushroom, mycelium. It really looks like it grows like paper. So there are actually, this is the interesting part in China. Well, and actually in some companies that are about now becoming very popular, they're using this mycelium to make biodegradable cartons. So basically what happens is you actually take the mycelium, you grow it into a shape, and then you dry it out. It actually turns into this hardened particle board that is basically all natural and all biodegradable. And some of the mushroom species they grow way thicker than others, like this tarragon oyster, which is literally growing. It's like filling up the whole petri dish with mycelium. You can see the 3D structure there. But it's growing really, really thick. And that's not a mushroom. That is actually the buildup of mycelium, and it's growing on top of itself. Alrighty, I think we got all of our species out there now. Now we're ready to do some lab work in here. So again, this is the main device here. You can see it in the camera right here. I forgot to bring the hashtag back up. Sorry, guys. Don't forget that hashtag great over mushroom mix. Giving away a bottle of that. But yeah, we have some pink oyster that I need to make. Somebody ordered some pink oyster, but we're going to fill some pink oyster bags. This is actually the mycelium in a colonized form. Slight contamination in there. I don't like that. But this is one that's actually good. And it's actually growing pink mushrooms on the top here. So we're going to do some transfer here and transfer this into a couple other containers so we can keep the species growing and actually grow some mushrooms. We also have some tarragon oyster up here. We have a whole bunch in there, golden oyster that we've been growing a lot of. And then we also have 3 new species that we have. Well, that's weird. That's weird. The blue oyster's pink. I ordered a blue oyster from another company, and there's definitely pink in there. I think they sent me the wrong one. But I don't know. Maybe this particular one grows a pink enzyme, but that's really weird. And then we also have some chestnut. These are chestnut mushrooms. I grew those once. They're really interesting mushrooms. And then we also have the shiitake, of course. And we're going to do a transfer of shiitake today. We'll start growing that again. So we're going to turn our fan on here. This is actually not on yet. It's going to get a little loud in here. You're not going to be able to hear it, but I will. Just makes it a little harder to hear you. So. We're just going to clean the bag off before we open this up. Make sure all of our stuff's clean. So we're going to clean up this device we use. Seal the bags up. Same with this. I think we have any scissors in here, so I'm going to grab a pair of scissors so I can open the bag up. Yeah, clean off our scissors too. Make sure they're nice and clean. Clean up the bag. I mean, yeah, mushrooms make you trip. Famous MDM. It's a psychedelic mushroom. Right. Big hole in it. A little too hot, so I got to bring it down a little bit in temp. So this thing basically seals the bag. It's a heat sealer, and I usually do a double seal. And then it allows me to shake the bag. Well, it sounded like it blew out for a second. I was making sure that it didn't blow a hole in it. Because it sounded like it did. What we're going to do now is we're going to shake that mushroom. All that colonized grain, we want it to mix thoroughly inside this bag. So all of this grain in here is already have the pink oyster mushroom in it. I usually sit in the chair to do this, but again, it makes it a lot easier to sit in the chair and do it. I'm kind of just going to shake it. Pull it. You want to pull that out, let the grain fall down the side. You want to get it all the way to the bottom. You got to get that grain all the way to the bottom. Then, once you get it all the way to the bottom, you're really going to start to tease it in. Kind of when you don't see any of the grain anymore, you want it to go all into the dirt. Or this is the substrate, as we call it. This is a mixture of soy hulls and hardwood pellets and water. So everything that the mushroom needs to grow is in this bag. All of its nutrition, its water, and its ability to grow, to hold on to something is in here as well. It needs to have the wood pellets in order to do. So this bag's ready to go. 10 days. It's going to be growing mushrooms. And make sure we label our bag as 13. Let me write pink oyster on it just so we know what it is. A little bit of contamination in there. Just enough to not be a good bag, which it happens. Things get contaminated. Now we're going to transfer it into our old grain bag here. we got to keep the colonized grain going, so we put it in more grain bags. That allows us to further inoculate other substrates. And we use grain because it can break apart. It breaks apart really easy and allows the colonized grain to be transferred to other places. So. Yep, we're going to seal that bag up and then we're going to shake it around. Looks like we need to heat up a little more. I need to buy a new one of these. These spend a little more money. You get to buy the cheaper ones. They tend to just not work very well sometimes. Like it is right now. It worked perfect the first time, and now it doesn't want to seal it right. There we go. There we go. It's a controlled temperature, so you can control the temp and melt different kinds of bags together. Get that proper seal. Then we'll make sure that's constantly cleaning our environment, table too. Anything that gets on the table, we kind of knock off to the floor and we'll clean up later. Once it's on the floor, it's better there because all the germs will stay down there. All the germs, bacteria in the air always fall to the lowest surface usually, so it's usually a table or the floor. We're going to shake that bag up, get that pink oyster colonized grain throughout this bag. And this will basically allow us to, in a week or so, do the same thing again. We'll put it in another bag. So you're basically just transferring it and then allowing it to continue to grow and eat. And again, you can shake these later on. It's not very important that you shake them well because you can shake them later. Again, we're going to write the date on it and set it up aside. And we'll probably do 2 bags of that because we did leave the bag. And we're also going to be making new bags with a whole new product next week with rye berries instead of whole oats. So I'm excited about that too. Rye berries are way better than whole oats. They just cost a lot more, unfortunately, but they do work way better. Well, better than a lot less contamination. Really mess that bag up. By the way, folks, we got 20 people in the house. Please hit that reaction button, like that, like, share. Tag a friend who may has no idea how mushrooms grow, may be interested. I also am an herbal medicine guy too, so we are giving away that turkey tail lion's mane reishi mix. That is what the giveaway is as well today. The sealer just sucks. I think it's time to buy a new one again. And we'll spend a little more money on a sealer because I'm tired of them breaking after 3 months. cheap Chinese ones. Yellow plastic film sealer. You get what you pay for. Make sure that's nice and shaken. Got another pink oyster bag ready to go. And we'll throw another one to you. So this is a large bag pink oyster. And again, these are my 10-pound bags. They actually grow anywhere from 4 to 6 pounds of mushrooms over about 2 months' time. So they do, these are my commercial bags. I do not sell these because they're just too big to ship or try to carry around to a farmer's market. I sell the 4-pound bags. Those are the ones I sell to the public, and they're $20 on my website. I only have the golden oyster and the pink oyster and the tarragon oyster available right now, which I need to add the tarragon. So people can order the grow kits. Sealer just being stupid today. Now, the bigger bags are different plastic, so I do have to set them different, but all right. Now we're just going to give it a good shake as well. There's a lot of grain in here, so this is going to colonize fast. The more grain you put in there, the faster it colonizes. Once this bag reaches full colonization, which happens in about 7 to 10 days, it'll start to grow mushrooms. It'll want to grow mushrooms. That's what its life cycle is. And it happens very fast, especially the more grain you put in there. Got another pink oyster bag. Now we're going to squish it down. We want it to be kind of compact. Again, we want the grain to be in the bag. So some of this grain, I put too much grain in it. It's going to colonize really fast. There we go. Push it down. Have a nice compact surface to start growing on. It goes out into the holding chamber. Right outside the room. Wipe down our area again. Now we'll start working on the next week, which is tarragon. We want to do some gold work. Get some more golden oysters here. been in here a while, so it takes a little more to break them up. It actually surrounded the block with my really thick mycelium. So we're just going to break all that up. It's some really thick mycelium. Almost pretty much grew a mushroom, but it's just encapsulated the grain. Hey Jane, how you doing? Hey Tom. Clean that bag off. These bags get warm because they go into a pressure cooker and you gotta squeeze them in. Some come out. Close it, make sure you spray off with alcohol again. Bag of full moisture. This little bag will grow 2 to 3 pounds of mushrooms over 6 weeks. That bag got a little too high. There we go. Give it a nice little shape. Bag's ready to go. Oyster. Do a large bag as well, the golden oyster. even harder to do when the bag has water in it because the sealer doesn't work just right. If you got it. Now, we got another golden oyster bag now. Again, this bag will grow anywhere from 4 to 6 pounds of mushrooms for the next 5 to 6 weeks. Sometimes longer if I do soak them in water. If you do soak them in water and you put it back in, they'll actually produce more mushrooms as they get hydrated. Another golden oyster. Here's the bag. All right, I'm trying not to talk too much when I have a bag open. So we just sealed up a golden oyster little bag. And this is the 4-pound bag, and this is actually for a customer that somebody bought. These are $20 on the website. And again, if you do order one of them, they can take anywhere from 3 to 5 days for me to get to them to make. I usually make them to order. Sometimes I have some in stock, sometimes I get them out faster. It says on the website 3 to 5 days. If you do order mushroom bags. And sometimes I like to wait to make sure they're not contaminated before I ship them off. Sometimes they just have to sit around for a day or two. Just make sure nothing else is growing in them. But you can be able to grow mushrooms right in your countertop in your kitchen, and you pick them off. They come with instructions on how to do it. It's actually pretty simple. Appreciate y'all sitting and joining me on this beautiful Saturday. It's actually It's really warm outside. And I'm going to get outside right after I get off this live. Do some yard work. One more grain bag of the gold moisture. Keep the species going. Big chunk in there, probably just throw it all in there. So again, we just transferred into another grain bag to kind of, so we can do the same thing next week and put it into our substrate bags, which are the final homes for the mushrooms. The substrate bags consist of soy hull and hardwood pellets and water. These grain bags consist of whole oats and they're hydrated in water. And the mushrooms just will grow on the outside of the shell. So this is a big old mass of mycelium in there that I kind of threw in there. Hopefully it breaks down more, but it's almost like a mushroom. It's like a mushroom in there. Been live for an hour and a half. Appreciate y'all joining me. It is 12:30 Central Time here in Quincy, Illinois. I have those products made. I might make another one here. We have some lines made. More of the lines made. I can make a bag of that. Which we have 3 of them in here. I think we'll make a couple of those real quick. Super aggressive lion's mane species, that's for sure. So put that whole bag, will make whatever that whole bag makes. And here we have it's actually starting to grow lion's mane in there. You can see it in there, and I'll actually pull it out when I open this bag up. There's actually lion's mane mushrooms in there. Maybe I'll fry them up for lunch. I probably will. They look like full mushrooms too. Clean off our bags. Let's see what we pull out of here. Good. Too soggy. Didn't really form a mushroom. So just toss that away. So another lion's mane all mixed up. Lion's mane going in its final home. And I have a whole bunch of lion's mane already in there, but it's pretty easy to sell if I bring it to the market. It's just harder to grow. A little bit harder than the blue oysters. We're just going to mix that grain up nice and thorough inside this bag. I got the other one. And again, the reason we pulled the mushrooms out of there is because they can end up molding and then contaminating the whole bag. So mushroom is actually immune to the mushroom's mycelium's weakness, per se. It has something else can land on that dead mushroom and then grow on it. It has no immunity. So we tend to try to pull the mushrooms out of the bag, even though they do have spores and they have all the other things necessary to grow. They can't mold. Make sure that grain's thoroughly moist. Again, this is a very super aggressive lion's mane. One of the most aggressive species I've seen. And when I say the word aggressive, that means it grows very fast. Very, very fast. Devours its food, and then wants more. Alright, lion's mane's all ready. Do another batch just like that. Got another sealed bag of lion's mane. Again, I need to put these on the website because I do have lion's mane available. And I need to grow one in my kitchen to see how they grow first, actually, before I sell them. Some of them are harder to grow in your kitchen than others. They all grow in my fruiting chamber here. It's just a humidity controlled environment, like we saw at the beginning of the show. Now this will be colonized in 10 days. It'll be shooting mushrooms out in 20 days. It'll be growing mushrooms. But I'll be eating them. That's thoroughly mixed. Squeeze it down. And there it is. It's in its final home now. No lion's mane. Grow, grow, grow. I want to save the rest of these bags for different species. Because I have a whole bunch of lion's mane growing. We're going to seal that bag back up and use it for another day. And I see that we already got a gnat in here. Gnat season is here. I hate gnats. Fungus gnats are my worst enemy because obviously they love mushrooms. So we have sticky traps that we use to catch a lot of them. day and get those people's products made. Let me go back upstairs now. I'm going to come in here later on tonight with some more bags, so I probably won't be doing a lot. We also have we do filters that I'm working on. So these are actually sticker filters, and actually during COVID they were nearly impossible to find, which is really weird. Could not find any sticker filters. And basically what these allow you to do is I can make my own bags and stick these on it and make a filtration system. So I bought these because I'm working on a grow off where I'll actually have like 8 people in it. I don't know the number yet, but I'm just saying. And I'll send you a mushroom bag, and you basically you'll take pictures every day. You can kind of see how it grows, and whoever grows the best looking mushroom wins the contest. And I'll have like a whole prize pack for whoever wins that. So I've actually seen mushrooms grow differently in everybody's house. And if you take care of it, like it says in the instructions, you can spray water on it every day. You can blow air across it. There are a lot of ways to make your mushrooms look a lot better than you do. So we're going to have a mushroom grow off. It's going to be the blue oyster species mushroom as well. And these filter patches will allow me to make smaller bags. So the issue is it's really expensive to ship a 4-pound bag. If I do that times 8, it's going to get really expensive. So this will allow me to make a smaller bag, like a 2-pound bag size, where somebody will basically have one flush of probably like a half-pound mushroom. And we'll take pictures and we'll find them out in winter, and we'll have the first mushroom grow off. Then we have our small filter patches. I think we're done down here. That works. We got a lot of gardening to do down here too. So a lot of people, this is my cannabis grow too. There we go. For some reason, the button's not working. There it goes. This is my cannabis grow too, and I haven't been growing cannabis a lot, so I just actually put some more in my flower tent. These are my 2 veg tents here. I have a tent here and one here, another flower tent down there. So I have some more gardening to do. I've kind of neglected it over the last month, I'd say. Whenever I started my new job, it got, the gardening for cannabis kind of got put on a back burner. And then even when I found somebody who's going to be providing me for the FICO, I'm really only growing the cannabis for some of my products. Down here. Yeah, I can't smoke the cannabis anymore, but I'll be growing it in a lot of my products I make. Like I'm saying. Hope we forgot something. Forgot our Brooklyn Boys pods and our chain charging portion. And turn the light off. But yeah, once my lab is built upstairs, this actual tent will become another grow tent or another mushroom chamber tent, depending on what I want to make it. So we're going to have a lot more room to do stuff down here once the new lab's built, and we'll have more room to grow other species. Because this fruiting tent, which is set to 78%, it's usually at mid-60s. My thermostat on it is broken and I need to order a new one from AC Infinity. But it's probably like 60 to 5 degrees in there. And eventually we're going to add a better air conditioning unit, so we'll have, the ability to really chill that room, because the mushrooms grow better the colder it is. And I'll show you a little bit of the new farmer's market stand that I kind of bought. And this is the room. I kind of have this is the lab. That's going to be the lab. And I have just an empty bedroom here now, but we'll have to lay new flooring, 2 new windows, and we'll have to do some painting. But this is going to be Great River Mushroom's new lab. I believe it is a 12 by 10 room, so we're at 120 square feet. We'll have an air conditioner in these windows and our exhaust system that we're gonna finish installing here. But yeah, I just have my farmer's market stand in here. I kind of set it up, and then I kind of put it together to kind of how I want to do it at the farmer's market. So this is the new stand that I got that is going to allow me to display my herbal medicine, all my pamphlets, and then we'll have our gourmet mushrooms over here. So the issue I had last summer at the farmer's market is once I have like 6 or 8 different kinds of mushrooms, you know, they take up the majority of this space here. And now I have literally like 3 more products than I had last summer. I mean, we got the lion's mane, we got the reishi, we got the turkey tail, and then the mix, as well as the elderberry syrup, CBD, CBG, and we're also going to be offering t-shirts soon. This is just an SLF t-shirt. We also have a spot here where we'll have our t-shirt right here. Be able to really display it nicely at the farmer's market and educate people with the sign. So this is my lion's mane display. Kind of comes up here, and somebody who doesn't know what lion's mane does, you can literally read 2 signs and you're going to know everything about it. This sign especially has so much information, and then we kind of have general information and prices. We have our elderberry syrup menu, and then we're eventually going to have our reishi and our turkey tail menu, which are educational and stuff. These are our pamphlets that we already have for the turkey tail. So basically, when you come up to a product or come up to my farmer's market, you'll see them earmarked at the top, and they all say turkey tail, they say lion's mane, and then they'll say reishi. Also have CBD, CBG. So when you buy the product, you're like, hey, I'll grab a pamphlet. You can literally look inside the pamphlet and know everything you want to know about the product. Boom, all that information at your fingertips. You don't have to go on the internet. You don't have to go through 100 different searches to put it all together. All right here. All the information on how to order again, how to leave. And we also want to include some other things that I will add to it as well. I need to add the ability to leave reviews. So if you have bought any of my products, please go to my website and leave a review. You don't know how much that helps. Because I hear from other people, they're like, you know, I didn't know if you were a legit website, but then I saw the reviews and they knew that I was. So people who see especially recent reviews are more likely to buy a product from a company than one that may be a stale website. So those reviews help tremendously lead new traffic to my website and let them know that I'm a legit company. They're not going to buy something from me, and they're not going to, you know, not end up not getting it. I usually ship out the next day. So in fact, somebody ordered Fico yesterday, and I literally shipped it out an hour later. So I try to ship out everything fast. Again, if you do order the mushroom kits, they do take 3 to 5 days. That is the only thing that really takes a lot of time for me to make. Yeah, and I loved the pamphlets too. They literally, when I started my business, I made them, and they were literally a game changer. And they really, really help educate people. Oh. Sorry, I got to text my boss. Something. He's not a very patient boss. He texted me on Saturday about a tool that we probably won't need for another month. But I don't mind. Boss keeps me going. How you doing, Daryl? Let me bring that mix up too. We'll give that away here in 5 or 10 minutes. But cheers, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great Saturday. It's supposed to be warm this week. Looks like we're going in from spring to almost summer weather here. We're going to be 83 degrees today. All right. Cheers. Got that Brooklyn Boys. Oh, man, it already wore off. I can't tell what it says. Well, this is Gelato Indica, and I think the other one's high octane. Yeah, high octane. The Gelato Indica actually tastes really good. I haven't even been outside yet, so I'm interested to see what the weather is. It's kind of sad. It's so warm out. Yeah, 76. I should be outside. But I slept in this morning because I was up till 3 a.m. gardening. Sometimes that's the bad thing about having bipolar and having the garden in your house. Sometimes you will go downstairs at 2 o'clock in the morning and then find yourself gardening for a whole hour. Sometimes I don't get tired at night and I'm like, yeah, let's just go do some gardening, take advantage of your brain not being tired. But Chuck actually sent this to me by mistake. I have the pens too, which I don't mind he sent them to me by mistake because they're the same price, same grammage. And they're pretty good. So I don't mind he sent me the wrong one, but because they're some of the disposables and some of the pens have 2 different strains, so you can't get some for the others. But impressive. I'm impressed with this thing as well. I'm also impressed with the other device that I have, the pen. They seem to be really high quality devices as well as rosin. Hey, Karen, how you doing? We got 30 people in the house, so thank you so much for joining me, guys. If you guys love mushrooms, hit that heart button. Hearts for mushrooms. I know that I love mushrooms. You already know that. Third. Oh man, that gelato is really strong. It basically hits you right in the head, right where you need it. What's going on, Ted? How you doing? I think the pods have more flavor. The disposables seem to get hotter and maybe they burn a little more. They don't have as much flavor, I think. So I do like the disposable seems better, but I wouldn't mind the other one either. They're both really good and convenient on the go, and you don't have to have a flame or a lighter or a bowl or Yeah, these things are pretty awesome. You can do a double hit too, the gelato and the high octane. But they hit so smooth. We tried to do that the other night on Gabe's Live. I tried to blink it out and I nearly died. So is there anybody out there that can blink these out? And I refer to blinking out as hitting it till it blinks and stops. It'll actually shut off when it gets too hot. But there's no way that I can even get close to doing it. I pulled on it for like a second and a half and I nearly died. Like they're that smooth where you can't really take that big of a hit out of it. I mean, like, you can if you want. And I'm sure there are people out here who pull all day off this thing and don't cough, but man. How you doing, Ted? How's the weather over there? 76 degrees over here. Let's look at that extended forecast. How's everybody's weather doing? 87 Sunday, 85 Monday, 77 Tuesday. And then we go back down to more natural temps, 61, 58, 54. That's how next Saturday's going to be 54. I was hoping we'd have some spring weather because I don't want to go straight into the 80s. Can spring just stick around for a while and give us some, I love the morning temps in the 50s and then afternoon temps in the low 70s. That's like my favorite temperature. It looks like we're going to have some of that the following week. So anybody who loves those 50s and 70s, the Midwest looks like we're going to have it on the 24th. A little bit of warm weather comes in. It's pretty normal for this time of year. We get a breeze from the south, and we start getting that warm, moist air from the south, mostly from Texas. So it's usually dry air. So we got a chance of thunderstorms on Tuesday. I'd probably have a rain day then. Hell yeah, Ohio. That Brooklyn boys. Snowing in New Mexico. Wow. Snow, New Mexico, those two words just don't go together. Don't forget to give in that giveaway as well. You're going to give that away in a second. Let me bring myself up bigger. Yep, we're probably going to end it here 2 hours, so 7 more minutes. We'll call it a day here, and I'm going to go continue on getting outside, enjoy this beautiful weather. You can already see I got a little tan going on because I've been out doing some roofing this past week and got a lot of good sun. Finally got some color in my face. I'm not pale white like I was all winter. Sure, good luck. 71 high today. You're just in a little bit cooler temp over there, Ted. You're not too far away from us. Yeah, good luck, everybody. You got 33 people on the board, 24 people in the house. Let's hit this thing. Let's see who wins it. One more second. Anybody else want to get in? Going once, twice. Let's get it. Good luck, everybody. Dolores. Congratulations. So Dolores is still here. I think he just said something in the comments. I think you are. Gotta get this so I can write down the winner. So I don't forget who won. Did I miss her name? Dolores, are you still here? Problem is sometimes it takes too long to give the item away. I do like to reward people who stick around. Dolores, did I miss her comment? Dolores, she's still here? Oh, yep, there she is. Congratulations, Dolores. Let me get that. Let's hear it again for you. Oh, that was the wrong one. There we go. You get a golf clap today. Congrats. And isn't the Masters on this week? Tiger Woods playing it. You get a golf clap. Congratulations. Laura, she won the Great River Mushrooms. The new mix I had, the Lion's Mane Turkey Tail Reishi. Congratulations. A golf clap. Alrighty, got you written down. If I haven't bought anything from you, just send me your address, Dolores. If you have bought something, it should be in my pirate ship account. It'll be saved in there. Well, I appreciate you guys joining me. I really do. It's been in the last 2 hours. I'm gonna call it a day. But don't forget to hit that love, like, share, reaction button on the way out. Really, really appreciate it. Get out there and enjoy that weather wherever you're at. If you're into mushroom hunting, definitely we're in prime morale mushroom hunting season around the Midwest. So I know there are a lot of people mushroom hunting, including Rasta Rhino. That's why I didn't see him in the comments, because he's mushroom hunting himself. So yeah, get out there, go out there and mow your grass, go do some gardening. Get out there and enjoy nature. I missed it. It feels like winter's been around for years, but it's been around for a while. We haven't really seen temps like we are today. Thank you guys for joining me again. I appreciate all of you guys joining me. Going out and hunting. I appreciate you, Rose. Appreciate you. No problem. Much love to you guys as well. Well, it's been a while, huh? Awesome, Dolores. Appreciate it. Appreciate all of you guys. So I'm going to end it here with that video. And again, guys, we'll see you tomorrow. We'll have coffee time with Dan and Rhino at 10 o'clock, and then I'll be doing a live with Fico. I'm going to be making a shitload of Fico, and I have a new machine I'm going to be building, hopefully today. And it's going to help me extract it a lot easier. Join me then, guys. Until then, much love. Appreciate you guys spending the time with me today. So we'll see you guys later.